The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the December 12th, the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can finally give in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email. Send it off to steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, and you should be, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on fabulous, fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Well, we begin our day here with a bit of a sea of red out there. You got all the U.S. indices. They're tracking to the downside. It is hard to get that out of my mouth. 191 points for the Dow, 75 for the S&P, 470 for the NASDAQ 100, 27 for the Russell, 69 for the transports, 393 for the semis, NASDAQ 398. The downside New York Stock Exchange off $57. Let's go take a look at the spot VIX index and the advanced decline oscillator. By the way, yesterday the advanced decline line was up at a new all-time high. That's typically not how tops form. Okay, if you take a look at the advanced decline oscillator, there's a difference between the 19 and the 39 period X-minutes moving average. That's identified by that bottom panel on the left-hand side chart there. You can see I've got the couple blue lines, 3 blue lines, and that black line at the zero threshold level. When prices above that, buyers are the ones that have the edge out there. The New York Stock Exchange negated its TD9 count top, so this thing wants to rally further. If we take a look at the spot VIX index, it negated its T9 count bottom pattern yesterday. So we got a rally. The key level for it's going to be 1791. That's his 50-day X-minutes moving average. So both these indicators still provide buyers with an edge in the marketplace. And that's what we want to understand. Where were we at there? Now let's go take a look at the daily equity future contracts. Momentarily, we'll have those up on our screen. Daily equity future contracts, the ES Mini yesterday negating its TD9 count top. Right now, price is trading with inside its profile, and it's testing profile support. And that number is at 68.2250. If we want to be exact, we're at 68.24. So this is a level where support should hold. In the case of the NQ, it still has its TD9 count top. It's trading right now inside its profile. We have been inside the profile for a while. It's a bearish structured profile. And what that tells you and I is that if this is just a counter trend move to the downside for the NQ, it would find support, between 24,994 and 25,358 out there. The Dow equity future contract negated its TD9 count top yesterday, closed a new all-time high, made another new all-time high today, and did it in many currencies out there. This would I'm not even sure what I'd have to go back and figure out A to B equals CD patterns or what have you. But at this stage here, it's in a breakout mode with price being above its profile resistance as well as its green oscillator and change line. The Russell 2000. So the Russell 2000 could actually go ahead and form a TD9 count top between today and Tuesday. If we take a look at If we take a look at today's close, got to be above the close of bar number 4. So that seems relatively easy. That would be the price point of 25.2940. And then on Monday, in order to confirm that TD9 count, price would have to close above 25.2940 as well. So that's the level that we're really going to be watching both today and on Monday to determine whether or not the Russell 2000 generates a TD9 count topping signal. Let's go from here and let's go down into the intraday chart, see what kind of signals we have there. We take a look at a 10-minute ES Mini. That's the NQ charts. Let's just take a look at the NQ charts. We'll flip back to the ES Mini momentarily. Remember, when we get down to a level of support, such as the bottom of a profile, that's not what we have in the NQ. We look to see if we can find any kind of bottom signals out here. So in the NQ, let me just repopulate these charts here. The 10-minute time frame chart negated a TD9 count bottom, so that's suggesting lower price. No bottom there. The 15-minute time frame chart, you're in bar number 8 right now, so you could get a bottom signal between 11:15 and 11:45. The 30-minute time frame chart, we are in bar number 5 right now. Nothing there. Nothing on the 60-minute time frame chart. 120-minute time frame chart, NQ is just getting the blank kicked out of it. No question about that. 240-minute, we're trading below breakout support. The same thing on the 5-hour chart. Looks to me like where the NQ is headed to is to that 24,994 level. That's the center of that bearish structured daily profile. Let's get the charts here for the NQ up on our screen.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019. finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Sorry about that little mess up there on my behalf, but we're back with you. We've got to take a look at the ES Mini charts right now. The ES Mini is testing a key level of support. That's coming from the 5-hour chart. Of course, that's going to be the last one here to populate. It's its TD knockout breakout level. It's at 68.1750. So that is a key level. Price has gotten back there. Again, we should bottom here between finding support on the 5-hour chart in the ES Mini and the daily profile support level. You've got a 15-minute TD knockout pattern that may form out there. Rhodes momentum indicator bottom on the 10-minute chart, but that's it. So price has pulled back to that level of support. Let's in fact see if in fact those areas hold. Let's get to some of the requests that have come in. One came in yesterday actually, which was from Sat P, who was looking at IONQ. I wasn't able to get to that very clearly towards the end of the show out there. What I'm going to do here is I've got it here on that multi-time frame set of charts out here, Sat. So let's start with the longer-term time frame, the monthly chart. You're a longer-term investor. You've got a Rhodes momentum indicator top with price having found support for its monthly time frame at the basically at the buy zone of its profile, and then it's also at the green oscillator and change line. Now, what you'd like to see here is a close about 51.73. That's the top of its profile to then suggest that this wants to rally back towards its high. The weekly time frame chart. Weekly time frame chart has an A to B equals CD pattern that I can see, and that was completed with a bull sash candle. Price is trading with inside its profile that has support at 42.66 and resistance up at 70.55. The next key area of resistance here for a weekly time frame will be the weekly oscillator and change line set. That's at 57.76. We take a look at the daily time frame. Daily time frame has a buy the D point pattern that was formed with this bullish hammer candle back on the trading day of November 21st. I can just visually see the A to B equals CD pattern out there. And now what we've got is a nice little rally that's going on with price now trading. It's trading below its profile, which is at 50.49 sat in the daily time frame, but it's holding so far the oscillator and change line at 49.36. Now, my suggestion to you is let's see how price deals with that red oscillator and change line. Meaning on a daily time frame, if we were to see a close below that, there would be no reason for price not to head lower. Of course, you'd have to watch that 45.67 area. That's that monthly oscillator and change line again. As we take a look at the intraday charts here, 130. 65-minute, 30-minute time frame chart out here. I'm not seeing a whole lot of encouragement, really, and we're pulling back to those lows. So I would be patient at this moment in time. If price is able to, I'd just be patient here. I don't have really in looking at those intraday charts, and that was one of the reasons I put them up there for you, Sat, is I'm not seeing a lot of positives here, and I wish I would see more significant bottoms. So I'm going to just tell you to just sit patient on that one. Hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for spending an extra day and waiting. Tony wants to take a look at the December contract for Ethereum. So let's pull that up on our screen out here. Ethereum right now trading out at 30.74. So when we look at the daily time frame, out here. I see an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. That formed a Gartley sell pattern yesterday. It was a three-river evening star. So here, if you can't see it, here's the A to B equals CD pattern. There's A to B, and just simply move that over to the C point out there. This did more than a one-to-one A to B equals CD. In fact, it formed a sell the D point top back here on the trading day of December 5th. It went on and negated that on December the 9th, and then it reformed on December 11th, yesterday. So now what price should do, because price is back inside its profile here, Tony, is pull back at least to its oscillator and change line. That's currently 29.82. If price were to close below that, it could pull back on the daily time frame, says 27.28 to 29.20. If we look at the weekly time frame forms a TD9 count top back here on August the 22nd. Now price is just trading with inside its profile. I do not have a bottom signal here on the weekly, and just a consolidation between 28.10.10 and 34 at 94.50. On a monthly time frame for the December contract, price is trading below profile support at 32.66. So that says patience, because it may want lower price. The daily right now is saying, I want lower price. And the weekly is just waiting on really the daily to try to figure this out. So Ethereum likely headed back towards that 29.81, 29.20, 27.28-ish area. Tony, you also want to look at BMNR. So let's pull those charts up on our screen for us, see what they are doing. BMNR trading out as we speak at $36.32. Ran into resistance at its TD9 count breakdown level. That was at 40.13. And now there was a new profile that formed yesterday. It was below price. Stevie would have said that's a bullish signal. We're back inside that profile. So is it a bullish signal? What I can give you is what the next level of support to the downside is. With us trading below yesterday's low, with yesterday being day one to the downside, we might get 2 to 4 days to the downside. So the levels that it may want to explore, 35.14 would be the next area. That's the center of its profile. 31.66 is the bottom, and 33.20-ish is the red oscillator and change line. Each of those are potential levels of support. On a weekly time frame, the weekly time frame shows that price is trading with inside its profile, and that's between the range of 27.58 to 40.59. The monthly time frame chart for BMNR has pulled back and has tested and has held its oscillator and change line, which is green. That's a positive at 30.45. So how would you put all of this together? The way I'd put it together, as long as that monthly chart is holding up, the daily's probably got a 2 to 4 days retracement out there before it makes another attempt at that 40.13 level. It could be just setting up the C point of an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. Watch those profile support levels out there, Tony. Oh, you also wanted one other request. Let's pull that up. PGY is the ticker symbol. So let's get that up on my screens out here. PGY is trading out at $23.18. So the daily time frame has a wave 7 bottom signal, part of the Chapman wave. So that's the bottom signal that is out there. Price is pulled back. It's below profile support, and it's testing the oscillator and change line at 23.18. If price closed below 23.18, Tony, odds favor that price wants to make a run for that swing point from back on November 21st. That could be anywhere from the range of 2024 to 22.05. The weekly time frame chart looks pretty good. Why? Because it has a confirmed TD9 count bottom pattern out there. Why did the rally stop where it did? That's a great question. I don't have an answer for you. I don't see anything on the daily time frame chart. I don't see anything on the weekly time frame chart. Really, nor do I see anything on the monthly time frame chart. On a monthly basis, you want price to hold that profile level of 23.10. We're trading at 23.18 right now. So the weekly's got a bottom. The daily, not so much. Rhodes momentum indicator signal there, but it's really, well, I take it back. You got a wave 7 bottom. So the daily's got a bottom, the weekly's got a bottom out here. Still watch today. If price closed below that red oscillator and change line the daily time frame, basically where we're trading right now, you are likely headed lower. So, Tony, I hope that helped you out with all three of those requests. Thanks so much for taking the time to write in, and have a fabulous Friday and a wonderful weekend. Aaron writes in, this is Aaron Judge, wants to take a look at Nike out there. Of course, it's got to be the judge. So if we take a look at Nike on its daily time frame, you can see the A to B equals CD pattern. The B point on this had volume of 12 million shares. That was passed yesterday with 16 million shares. Now, the one-to-one price objective is approximately 69.28. The high of the day, 69.17. Is that close enough? Yeah, to me, that's close enough. Does that mean that the pattern is done? Heck no. What do you mean, heck no, Stevie? Well, first of all, take a look at that explosive move off of that C point. That's your first indication that this will do more than a 1 A to B equals CD pattern. What's the second one? That's probably not even a 0.618 retracement, that B to C leg out there. That would be the second. What's the third one? We're trading way on the left-hand side of that C to D leg out there. That gives us the potential to do more than a 1-to-1. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't form a bearish reversal candle and generate a sell the D point top. But what I am giving you is I'm giving you the characteristics of the pattern and saying, hey, Aaron, likely this is not a sell the D point top, and that price wants to rally further. Now, what it's dealing with, and this is what makes more sense than anything, is that price ran into resistance at its TD knockout breakdown resistance level at 68.61. So yes, you want to keep your eye out to see if you do get a bearish reversal candle, but short of that, price just hit resistance after a 3-day rally. Makes sense to me that it needs a weekend to kind of cool off out there. So that's what we see on the daily time frame. The weekly time frame has a TD knockout bottom, price trading with inside his profile, wants to go target profile resistance 69.97. You close above that, 76.97 is in the cards. Now the monthly chart has got a long-term A to B equals CD pattern to the downside, but that's not really what's in play as we speak right now. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at the stock charts here for Broadcom, AVGOs. The ticker symbol is for Duncan Steve inside the Tiger's Den. And so trying to really see if there's any kind of a top out here. So I've drawn in a 1A to B level out there. Let's go see if we can copy and paste this. And I move that over to the lowest point after that formed out there. And that would take us back to, should be taking us right to here. So did we get to the 1-to-1 level? Close but no cigar. 417.43 is that number. We got up to a level of 414.61. So don't know, Steve-O, if we really got to sell the D point top there. Okay, so that's but what do we have? We have a gap to the downside with Avgo, Broadcom, testing the buy zone. So the buy zone on this daily time frame is between 367.40 and 381.64. If we have two close below 367.40, you and I don't have to worry about whether we found a sell the D point top or not. We will have a bearish profile change in trend. That would suggest lower price. Of course, our target would be the most recent swing point low, which gets back to the November 14th area out there. Not a huge way to the downside. So that's what the daily time frame is signaling to you and I right now. What does that mean summary wise? 367.40. Watch that at day's end. If we close below that and again below that on Monday, well, then you got a bearish profile change in trend. The weekly time frame chart needs a bearish reversal candle to generate a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. No, we don't have a bearish reversal candle this month out there. That's not a bearish reversal candle. Cannot engulf a red-bodied candle and make that a bearish reversal candle. Just doesn't work that way. So what do we have here? We've got prices testing profile support at 367.75. I would say if Broadcom closes below 367.75 and below 378.47, it will have lost momentum, and that could be signaling lower price. So where's the next price target on a weekly time frame? Well, that would be its buy zone, and that's between 330.29 and 342.78 out there. So it will likely be the daily that gives you that signal, but the weekly's incorporated into that thought process as well. On a monthly time frame, it's only the 12th. But at this moment in time, we've got a bearish sash candle. So you could then generate a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top for the monthly time frame. And its price target to the downside would be 323 or so out there. So that's what I see. We take a look at Broadcom. Steve, I hope that helps you out. You also wanted to take a look at ticker symbol OPEN. So let's go take an OPEN, see what it is doing out here. It is trading out as we speak at the price point of $6.78. And that puts it consolidating in its daily and weekly profile. So on a daily time frame, you've got consolidation going on between 666 and 783. Pull this back just a tad. Anything else that we really see out here? And the answer to that question is no. Not really. Just a consolidation with inside that profile on a daily time frame. Best I can do for you at the moment. On a weekly time frame, a consolidation with inside his profile, trading below its green oscillator and change line, has lost momentum. I would say that just simply means price is getting back to the 668 level. That was the bottom of that daily profile. If price were to close below that, that could open up the kimono for 537. That would be the center of its weekly profile. The monthly time frame looks hunky-dory out there, so it's taking its P's and Q's from the daily and its weekly time frame chart out there. So Dunk at 668 is a number to be watching today. Again, you close below that, likely leads to lower price. GT, want to take a look at the Hang Seng out here. So let's pull its charts up on the screen, see how it finished out the week. That would be the center panel chart out there. And the weekly chart shows us what we tested last week's low. We didn't test last week's high. Sort of been trading sideways for the last 3 weeks out here. If we look at the daily time frame, price did close above its red oscillator and change line. So you could get a further rally. The monthly time frame chart, TD9 count top, sideways movement, monthly chart, longer term, wants to get back to 24,169. Weekly chart has Rhodes Momentum Indicator top out there. So that 24,169 still in play. The daily time frame chart, and you got strong support down here, that's for sure. When I say down here, I'm looking at the low from October 17th. I'm looking for the low at November 21st. And then really looking at the low, in essence, in December the 10th out there. But has this form a bottom? I don't have a bottom pattern. out here for the daily. And so I'm going to say the answer to that question is not out there. If anything, maybe you're going to get a 2-day rally. Maybe it's a 2 to 4 day rally before the Hang Seng decides to turn back down. So that's what I see, GT. When I take a look at that, you also want to look at one of your other favorites. That is XPEV out there. Let's pull that up on our screen out here. XPEV trading out as we speak at $19.08. It's inside its daily profile. I do not see any kind of a bottom signal out there. You can't really pay attention to the gaps. This is a stock that goes through currency conversions out there. That's why the daily charts kind of become somewhat unreadable. You can go ahead and form A to B equals CD patterns. You can look for TD9 counts, but I wouldn't trust a rising gap or a falling gap as any type of confirmation of anything, and I certainly wouldn't use gaps as a reason for price to pull back into those areas. This is currency conversion gaps. If we look at the weekly time frame chart, though, because the daily is kind of beat that to a dead horse, but 1889 is your level of support. Weekly time frame is saying I want lower price. You've got a Rhodes momentum indicator top. This would be week number 2 in a row below the bottom of its support at 2068. So it's suggesting lower price. The monthly time frame chart runs into consolidation resistance level, profile level out there. May want to get to 1827 or below that, 1734 out there. So that's what's going on with regard to XPEV. It's all looking to me like lower price. GT, learn the oscillator and change line. You can pay attention to that, for especially helpful for you on XPEV from the daily time frame. As long as price remains below that, rallies are nothing more than just counter trend signals out there. So go learn that. Go learn that line out there. I think that will help you in your analysis of what's going on here, especially with something like this where you've got currency conversions to deal with out there. So hope that helped you out. Thanks always for your requests. We got Jambalaya in the den. Nice to hear from you, Jam. And again, thanks for your holiday wish, your Christmas wishes out there. We are down to the wire, aren't we? How many days till today's the 12th? Wow, less than 2 weeks. How about that? But let's take a look at, what did I say we were going to look at? Lululemon. I just got to figure out where Stevie put that. I think it's not there. I think it's right here. So Lululemon out with earnings and a nice gap to the upside. Let's come back to the daily time frame chart, the weekly time frame, monthly time frame chart. Let's start there. Price is trading with inside a bullish structured profile. You see a TD9 count, but bar number 7 was the low of the pattern. So we don't have any kind of a TD9 count bottom or buy the D point bottom, but we do have his price trading with inside a bullish structured profile. When you do close above 195.45, and it's not the end of the month out there, we're trading above that, it would, and if we do, it's going to suggest that we're going to get up to 231.65. That's the monthly, Jam. The weekly has a bullish profile change in trend. So even if I can't find a buy the D point pattern, I don't know if I can or I can't, it doesn't really matter. And I can find a buy the D point pattern. That formed out here with the bull sash candle back on September 19th. So this is suggesting higher price. The daily is suggesting higher price. Let's finish looking at Lululemon, see if we can give any kind of price targets to Jambalaya. Of course, I'd love to hear from you as well. That's Steve at TFNN.com. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direction. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. So during that break, I went back to our daily chart and just simply opened it up to see the other TD9 count breakdown resistance levels. And that really becomes your next price target level out here. Now, there's an A to B equals CD pattern for the daily time frame. So let's go ahead and let's draw that in out here. So let's start with that. The A point's going to be the low from November the 4th out there. So whatever that low is, the high is going to be the high from December the 5th. That's our A to B point out there. It looks like maybe it's a 0.38 to retrace, but I'm going to give it a cut a little break. I'm not even going to measure it. It just visually looks like it is. And then we just simply go to our C point out there, and you've got a 1-to-1 price projection, which in essence we have traded to a 211.95. So what you'll be watching for here is if you were to get a bearish reversal candle jam, that's going to go ahead and confirm a sell the D point pattern. Short of that, price should rally further. And it really should. Talk about being on the left-hand side of that C to D leg out there. So the next price target is going to be 226.24. I'm not saying that's where price stops. It's just the next resistance level above that 247, even Steven, and above that 275.60 out there. So those are the levels to be watching for Lululemon out there. If did we take a look? We took a look at the weekly and the monthly, so we're all set there. So I hope that helps you out. If not, let me know what else you need, and I'll be happy to get to it. We've got a request from Cheryl, and Cheryl wants to look at the metals complex. So I went ahead and pulled those charts up on my screen. We can look at all three at one time. Let me get back. Let me get to them. Here we'll take a look at silver, gold, and the GDX. I did put it out here. There we go. So we're gonna have the daily and the weekly time frame. Let's first kind of assess the daily time frame out here. And so on a daily time frame for gold, let's just simply open it up. So yesterday, we got a nice confirmed A to B equals CD pattern to the upside for gold. So let's go take a look at that, see what that pattern shows us. Our A point's going to be the low from back on October 28th. The B point's going to be the high from November 13th. Let's copy and paste that. Let's try to copy. Lord. There we go. Okay, so now let's go ahead and assemble this thing. We got an A to B equals CD pattern that gets us up towards the 43.80-ish level out there. Well, we basically hit that today. Now, if you were to get a bearish reversal candle for gold, that would confirm a sell the D point top out there. Short of that, and as long as price remains above 42.84 at screen oscillator and change line, well, we're likely to get to 44.2770, the TD9 count breakdown level. We know that the GDX follows gold, so you want to watch gold today to see if it generates a bearish reversal candle. If it doesn't, Okay, gold is likely to head higher. The weekly time frame has got a TD9 count top, but it's really a neutral signal. Why is it really neutral? Because price remains above its green oscillator and change line at the top of its profile, which is at 41.9830. So this complex, gold, daily and weekly, they are still bullish. Silver. Daily time frame is stretched. Rhodes momentum indicator signal present. A bearish reversal candle would confirm a top. At this moment in time, we've got a bearish sash candle and a new profile that is formed. So if we do get a top today, we should at least get a 2 to 4 day pullback, today being day number 1. And that pullback should take us to either around 60.60. That's the green oscillator and change line, or below that, it's buy zone of this new profile, 57.67 to 58.49. The weekly time frame chart is in bar number 8. It says you could form a top between today and the next 2 weeks out there. The daily time frame. The daily time frame for the GDX, certainly there's an A to B equals CD pattern out here. And so if it does generate a bearish reversal candle, yeah, we can clearly see there are several. I mean, you can take your pick. Okay, so now if we do get a bearish reversal candle, that would confirm on the GDX a sell the D point top. However, this is a gigantic, ginormous. However, price is traded above its profile resistance at 84.03. Then that gives a neutral signal, and it's trading above its green oscillator and change line at 83.20 out there. So that's the daily time frame for the GDX. The weekly time frame for the GDX ain't got squat. Yep, that is a technical term. Ain't got squat out there. So this is telling us that it wants to move higher. So whatever's going on a daily time frame looks to be a short-term oriented type move. That's what's going on in the metal complex. We've got kind of mixed messages, at least as of 11:46 in the morning out there. But pay attention to gold, especially as it relates to the GDX. And hope that helps you out, Cheryl. Thanks for writing in. Next request coming in from Duncan Steve in ELO. So let's move over to, let me get back to this set of charts out here. Let us start right here. Okay, so that was a BMNR. Let's get CCC on our screen out here. Give me a moment. CCC. There we go. This will get populated. It takes about 10 seconds to populate, then we'll be off to the races. So I'm going to do this, Duncan. I'm going to do CCC first. Then I come back and do ELO's Carvana. And I'm going to do the bonds for John, and then I'll come back if we've got the time and do Vera and GLPI for you. So take a look at Triple C out here. What do I see? I see price trade above the top of its daily profile. The number you want to keep a track of is 764. A close above that today and tomorrow, you get a profile change in trend signal, a bullish profile change in trend. Not tomorrow, but Monday. On a weekly time frame, a TD9 count, Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. What price is dealing with is this red oscillator and change line. It really needs a close above that in order to get kind of any upside traction. It being 790-ish out there. As price rises, so maybe it's probably 793, 794, something like that. If you get a close above that, the daily closes, continues to close above 764, then you're off to the races to the upside. Where would that be? I would have to say the next resistance point for Triple C would be at 901. That's the monthly oscillator and change line. So I hope that helps you out there. Let's try Carvana, CVNA, see what its signals are. Oh, man, I see that the left-hand side is screwed up on the daily time frame chart with regard to signals. It's got Dick Sporty Goods. I'm going to switch to a different panel. Sorry about that. Hopefully the next panel I pick up, I don't see that. I see consistency, meaning the top and the bottom panels all agree. Here we go. Perfect. So now let's get back to, what was it? I think it was CVNA. Yeah, CVNA. So let's get back to Carvana, and then we'll go take a look at the TLT. We'll take a look at the 30-year Treasury. Did I not? Carvana. Okay. So we got Carvana up at 474.37. Up at new all-time highs, what it looks like to Stevie. I don't see any kind of topping pattern on the daily time frame. In fact, this thing negated its TD9 count top, so this suggests that it wants to run higher. The weekly time frame does not have any kind of a topping pattern. Rhodes momentum indicator signal is present. This will be week number 3 to the upside, but we've seen this thing go run 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks to the upside. You're only in your second month to the upside on the monthly time frame chart, and price looks like it's going to negate a Rhodes momentum indicator top. So I don't know what the heck is going on with the Carvana. Is this a new all-time high? Let's open up this chart, see how far back we go. And as a matter of fact, it is. In fact, it's taking out a Rhodes momentum indicator top from back in August of 2021. So Carvana on the move. Who knew? How about that? Let's go take a look at the put the 30-year Treasury up on our screen out here. I'll put that up, and then during the break, I'm just going to put this up here, John. Maybe you'll be able to take a look at it. I'll also get the charts for the TLT, and I'll get the Vera charts and the GLP ones going. So when I take a look at the 30-year Treasury, what I see out here, you're looking for any possible bottom, I guess, or downside levels. The 30-year Treasury is in wave number 7, letter G on my screen out there. So that could be a bottom signal. You need a higher low for that to form. The weekly time frame chart says it wants to go target 112.22 out there. Again, that is the March contract for the 30-year Treasury. So we come back from this break out there. We'll have Vera, GLPI, the TLT all set. Be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
So, John, for the TLT, as far as next levels to the downside, which is what you're looking at, the daily time frame would be a TD9 count breakout level. That's at 85.68. A weekly TD9 count breakout level is at 85.48 out there. So those are the two areas that I'd be looking at. The bottom of its monthly profile, that's printing out at 86.57. So I hope that helped you out both with TLT as well as the 30-year Treasury. Let's go take a VERA. This is for Duncan Steve inside the Tiger's Den. VERA is trading out at... There we go. Trading out at 48.21. Steve-O, a close above 47.10 today. You're at 48.25. Will negate its daily TD9 count bottom topping pattern out there. It will be negated within about 3 days. Strong upward momentum move. Now it's still dealing with resistance, and that is a TD9 count breakdown level at 49.58. So that's really what you're dealing with. And then the next resistance level, the final one, would be November 2024. That's up at the 51.61 level. There was 15 million shares that month. This month we're in with 21 million shares. So you're pushing higher with volume. It's eventually going to get up and test that high at 51.61. Perhaps it'll take it out. The last request is to take a GLPI out here. Let's pull that up on our screen. We've got that trading out as we speak at the price point of $43.62. So 2 days ago, this forms a daily Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. Does it with that bull sash candle. Today, prices trade above the top of its bearish structured profile, looking good. And that was at 42.46. So this says it wants to move higher. Move higher to where? Well, the weekly time frame chart, I see a A to B equals C to pattern to the downside. That is now being confirmed this week with a bullish engulfing candle. The key here is price needs to close above 43.94. Why did the daily stop where it did? Well, that's courtesy of that weekly oscillator and change line. Now, the interesting thing about the monthly chart is testing a prior swing point from back here on the month of April of 2024. Only 25 million shares that month. This month, we're testing it with 32 million shares. So that's telling me that even if we reject this level, we're likely to be back down to test it at 41.80. Folks, have a fabulous Friday, a wonderful weekend, a super Saturday and Sunday, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday morning, 11 a.m. sharp. Take care and be safe out there.